Hey YouTube, it's Cheese Factory. This is going to be a video telling you about the new ban list coming out for September. This is the official ban list. This is not something I created or something else or whatever. This is the actual ban list, and this is actually what it's going to be. So newly going to be banned, that was not banned, is going to be Future Fusion and Bryonic, because they were both way overpowered. Future Fusion was an instant win for Chaos Dragon, so that can't be in the game, because you can't have one card that makes you automatically win. That's retarded. It should never exist. I, I don't know what to say, it just should never exist. It's too bad Future Fusion has to go for that reason, but I agree with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with Five-Headed, but I do think Future Fusion is too good for its abilities in Chaos Dragons, Cyber Dragon, whatever. Future Fusion is just too good of a card and should not exist. So I agree with it. Also being banned is Bryonic, because anyone can sync it, and its effect is one of the best effects in the game. It destroys synchros, XYZs, and fusions instantly, and sets up OTKs so easily. It's like Giant or Not. So, yes, it should be banned, and it is banned. Now, on the limited one list, we have, going to limited one, Chaos Sorcerer, Darkness Metal, Dragonfly, Hornet, Spore, Tsukuyomi, Goose Kraken, Ultimate Offering, and Zen Mighty. Chaos Sorcerer and Darkness Metal will hurt Chaos a lot. Chaos is not going to go out of the meta, I don't think. I think it's going to be a very different deck. You're going to have to rely on having a Chaos mixed with something else. So it's probably going to be a Chaos Dragon plus another kind of dragon. I'm experimenting with Lad Disaster Dragon, with Lad Disaster Chaos, to see how that does, and so far it seems like it might work. I'm still not sure. Lad Disaster on its own might be better, but we'll see. So, Chaos Sorcerer going to 1 is going to hurt non-dragon Chaos decks a lot. Decks like Piper Chaos and things like that are going to be really badly hurt by Chaos Sorcerer at 1. So, I don't know what to say about that. I don't think they were broken, but whatever, it is what it is. Darkness Metal is going to hurt non-Chaos Dragon decks a lot. Disaster Dragon is going to be hurt badly. Things like that. So, it is what it is, you know. Oh well. It's kind of good that Heretics can't just auto Gustav OTK, but still. Oh well. I'm kind of sad my Disaster Dragon's gotten nerfed so much, but I'll manage. Inzectors, of course, Dragonfly and Hornet going to 1, because Dragonfly at 1 I actually think will have a much smaller effect than people think, because it's not that ridiculous that it's at 1, because you only use one Dragonfly in the combos. So people are going to have to run Avarice with Inzectors to get Dragonfly back. But with the Searcher and things like that, I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. It's bad, but they're not going to be out of the game completely, which I'm glad about. Inzector Hornet at 1 is, I think, very significant. People are going to have to start doing things like main decking Escape from Dark Dimension, because a 1 DD Crow and your greatest deck asset is gone. Inzectors are going to have to start doing things like utilizing Ladybug much more to get the level 5 XYZs out, and they're going to change a lot. Hornet's no longer going to appear to be the only focus in the deck, so I'm kind of glad about that. And again, I think Inzectors might have to change so that it's part Inzector, part something else in the deck, and not just going to be pure Inzectors. So that'll be interesting to see. Spore is going to 1. That is huge, in my opinion. And I'm actually pretty glad about it, because it's going to help open up the plant tuners, and it's not going to totally change the game, because it's only going to be at 1. It's not like you can use Spore 10 times. So I'm pretty happy about that. I like Spore going in. Tsukuyomi is going in. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because having a Book of Moon you can use every game. I don't know. Or every turn, I mean. So we'll see about that. I'm really not sure why they did that, because it's not like spirits are going to become competitive with Tsukuyomi in, or something. So that's like one of the only things that's going on that I don't really agree with. But whatever. Gust Kraken going to 1, because hand loops are bad. And you can do things like a Heretics Gishki hand loop. So whatever. Gust Kraken at 1, I don't mind. I think that's fine. There's another level 6 Yishki, so it's not going to change a lot. It's just going to mean that you can't do hand loops with them, which is fine with me. Ultimate Offering going to 1, I think that's probably for Mishinas and things like that, and I'm happy about that because I'm not a fan of Ultimate Offering, so whatever. And it's just going to nerf OTKs, which I'm always okay with. Zen Mighty is going to 1. Yay, Zen Mighty at 1. The hand loop is now gone, and windups are not out of the game. I actually saw someone who did a really creative wind-up OTK against me that totally crushed me, and I thought, wow, I have no idea how you did that. So, I still don't know what it is, but it's going to get out there, and windups aren't out of the metagame. They're going to be a very focus on level 3 and 5 XYZs, and they're still going to be able to do that, especially with E-Telly at 3, which you'll see later. They're going to be able to use, what's his name? Psychic Commander to huge effect, so I think that Wind-Up will be fine. Going on to Limited 2, we have Kalut, Debris Dragon, Mirror Force, Rescue Rabbit, Tour Guide, Earth, A Hero Lives, A Emergency Call, Erratic Seal of Convocation, Pot of Duality, and Reasoning. Kalut, I'm happy about. I'm glad they're giving Blackwing some buff. I think that it's going to be cool with the other ones going down and Kalut going to 2. Blackwings might conceivably get back into the meta. Because I think they could have anyway, it's just that no one was thinking about it, and all you need is one little change like Kalut going to 2, and people are going to think, oh, maybe we'll try something. And 500,000 people in the world are going to all be trying to make a Kalut deck, or some Blackwing deck, and they might end up not using Kalut at all, but whatever. And they're going to realize Blackwings aren't that bad. I think a lot of the things in here, that's what's going to happen. So I'm pretty happy about Kalut going to 2. I think that's going to have a huge change, and it has nothing to do with Kalut, which, that's kind of cool that that happens. Debris Dragon going to 2, along with Spore going to 1, is going to have some huge synchro effects changes. That's all there is. Debris Dragon's a good card. Lets you sync 5 easily. Sync 6, sync 7. It's good. I like that. Mirror Force at 2, I'm also happy about, because I like being able to take a smaller back row and still be safe. Because in how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in the last format, you had to have a significant portion of your deck, unless you were playing a deck like Chaos, committed to back row. And I don't think that should be, so I'm glad they're putting Mirror Force at 2. It lets me take a smaller back row that's still safe, and it dominates the game less, because you don't have to commit so much of your deck to it. So I'm happy about that. Rescue Rabbit at 2, I'm happy with. It does not destroy the Rabbit deck. Actually, I don't think it's going to change it that much. I think the significant change is going to be in Tour Guide. So, Rabbit is whatever. I don't really care. Dino Rabbits are pretty whatever to me. So, it is what it is. Tour Guide at 2, this is cool. Because at 3, you could just have 3 Tour Guide, and a Sengen. But now, you have to have 2 Tour Guide to Sengen. And if you want to be able to utilize Tour Guide again, you have to put another Fiend in. So it's not going to hurt Dark Worlds at all. And other decks are going to have to find another level 3 Fiend that fits. And I think there's a lot of those, so I think people are going to experiment more, and Tour Guide going to 2 will not change much. Which is okay with me, actually, because I never minded Tour Guide so vulnerable to anything. Like, if you normal Tour Guide and they Veiler, you're going to take a bunch of damage because it only has 1,000 attack. So, that's kind of cool. Earth going to 2 is going to make, what's it called? Sanctuary in the Sky, much more popular. Master Hyperion Mass Kill. It's going to be pretty common, I think. People are going to have to prepare for that. Decide for it. So I'm happy about that, because Earth was never overpowered. It was sent to 1 because they did that at once. It went from like 3 to 1. And I don't really agree with that. I think a deck should be allowed to have 2 search cards. So, I'm glad that's done. A Hero Lives is going to 2 because A Hero Lives is a really, really amazing card. And heroes are going to be very top of the meta. Even with this, they're going to be top of the meta, because I don't think a lot of people run 3 A Hero Lives. So, I think this is just kind of to say, hey, heroes might hurt you if you abuse something. And I don't really know if that's going to work. I think heroes are going to be a very dominant part of meta, and that a hero lives is a big part of that. And putting it to 2 could help, but I don't know how much. So we'll have to see what that does. E-call going to 2 I don't think matters at all, because the best hero decks only run like 5 heroes and only run 2 e-call and a rota, so I don't think that's going to change a single thing. And that's just the truth. Heretic Seal of Convocation is going to 2 to nerf Heretics a little bit. They still get 2 searchers, so that's okay with me. If they'd put it to 1, I would have been kind of upset. But it's a 2, so that's fine with me. I don't really mind that at all. Pot of Duality is going to 2 because it's like a search card that every deck can use. And it's better than Pot of Greed, so it should be a 2. It shouldn't be banned because it's not that amazing. It's just a good card, especially with the can't special summon problem. So that's good. It should be a 2. I'm glad about that. Reasoning is going to 2. I have no idea why. Maybe it's like, well, Chaos, we're going to hurt you a lot with Sorcerer and Darkness Metal going to 1, but we'll give you Reasoning as Constellation. And I think Reasoning is going to get a lot more use, because it's a very effective card if you run a lot of monsters, or if you just really need to get a monster out. So, yeah, Reasoning is pretty good. I'm okay with that going to 2, and I don't really care about it. So, whatever. On to Limited 3. Marshmallow is going to 3. Necrogarden is going to 3. Level Limit's going to 3. Sword is going to 3. Hey, stall people, look, 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 it's great. I'm not happy about that at all. I don't think those should be limited 3. I think they should all stay at 2, because I don't think stall should be a big part of the game. And I think that's what they're doing. I think that is a very stupid thing. It's not fun to play against. It's fun to play sometimes because you're like, oh, he can't do anything, ha ha ha. It's really stupid. I hate it. I saw it at my tournament, and the guy playing him was like, oh my god, what are you doing? Stop playing this deck. And the other guy was like, haha, look what I can do. And then he died, and I laughed really hard because I thought it was good that he lost. Because he shouldn't bring that kind of deck to a tournament. Because it's really boring. And I think I understand that a tournament is to win. It's not like casual gaming, but it's a game. Don't... Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm not happy about those. Destiny Draw going to 3. I'm glad about that, especially with Telly going to 3. There's going to be some Destiny Telly builds, probably Destiny Telly Plant. I predict that coming in, because those are all things that are good for synchros. So we'll see where that goes. Magic Cylinder going to 3 I am also happy about, because Magic Cylinder is a good card, and it going to 3 wakes people up to that. And also because you can run 3 Magic Cylinder and like 2 Mirror Force as your back row is huge. People are going to have to be much more careful. You might see people main decking Dark Bribe or 7 Tools, because those are both very scary cards and must be dealt with. So we'll see what happens with that. This has been the new ban list. What do you guys think about it? Please tell me. I personally really, really love it. I think it hurts the meta, but not too much, and I think it's going to help the non-meta, and it's going to be better for the format, better for the system. I'm happy about it. So yeah. Comment, rate, subscribe, and that's all. Cheese Factory signing out.